Well, good morning, everybody. On behalf of SAP's Executive Board, I also want to use the opportunity to welcome you here in Potsdam, second building. I can only say that I'm really proud to be here with all of you today. And you all know this is an epic day for us here in Germany. First of all, we're going to open the Innovation Center, the second building, tonight. Tonight, we're going to beat the French ones and get to the final. Yeah, and I know Michel is sitting in the audience, but he lives for so many years now here in Germany. I'm sure he also wears a German jersey, at least half of it. At least half of it, yeah. So, Potsdam and Berlin, obviously, is something, and Jürgen mentioned that, is very important for us. And I just want to guide you a little bit into our thoughts and processes within the executive board of SAP and why we are investing, because I think this is important. And before I'll do that, I also want to use the opportunity to say good morning to all of our friends and partners, and a special welcome also to our representative from HPI, because when you enter buildings like that wouldn't be even possible without the close cooperation to the academia world and also to the university. And I know, obviously, when I look into my profession, human resources, from time to time we steal your talents, which I think is good. You might don't think about this one in the same way, in the same direction, but I think that the cooperation is something where when you think about innovation, when you think about SAP globally, that makes us successful. And just bear with me for a moment when I would love to try to explain to you a little bit about why is Potsdam and why is Berlin as the mega city so important for us. First of all, I truly believe that the success of the past of SAP has always to do something with innovation. And when you look back in our history, we saw certain specific dates when we entered from R2 to R3 and then went into the ERP world before we even entered the space of the cloud. But there are many, many, many more innovations, which on the one side give us the opportunity to disrupt industries, but at the same time also to allow us to grow as an organization, which is very important. These days, close to 80,000 people around the world. Some of our applicants, some of our partners question our ability to be innovative. And they say, well, 80,000 people all around the world, that's a huge tanker. How are you going to stop it? How are you going to make sure that you have some speedboats who can actually react fast to the market and to the changing business environment? And this is why I'm a big believer, as well as Bill McDermott and the entire team, that we need special hubs, that we need dedicated people. By the way, not just one generation, because we now employ all around the world 5 generations who will make innovation as part of our DNA. And therefore, it's just a logical consequence when Jürgen said he's heading up our innovation network all around the world. For us, it's really a natural step, while we have seen the success of the first building, to keep investing into this location. And now, of course, when you look outside of this building, you might wonder where are others? And I'm sure we will have an opportunity not only with Brandenburg, but also with the city to be seen as the first mover and be very attractive. I've already seen that some of the people privately start to build their houses here as well. So over a few years, I truly believe this is a very, very important part of innovation. Why Berlin? And you've heard me saying that, and Brandenburg as well as Potsdam. Why is this so magic for us from an executive board perspective? And I can tell you, again, given my profession, when you talk to applicants, when you talk to people, talented people around the world, and you ask them and say, well, tell me, what's your choice? If you have a greenfield approach and if you want to be internationally driving your career forward, what are the hot spots? And then, of course, you hear always the story about the Silicon Valley, but you hear more and more Berlin, the environment of Berlin, as a major attractive location. And this is something where I'm a big believer that's not a lot of companies have seen at this point in time. And the good news for us, we were one of the first movers who basically entered that space, and we occupied that space, and we will continue to do that. So besides the wonderful opening here, we will have in, I think, November timeframe, right, Anka, the chance to open also additional facilities in Berlin with a completely different way of how SAP could be seen as something approachable, because we will open a so-called data kitchen, which is a restaurant, which is an environment where people from the street can walk and experience us. Because you see, our business is moving from a pure business-to-business organization to more business to consumer. And this is where I truly believe we need the right dedicated people and the right talents, and therefore the investment for us here in Potsdam was just the logical next step. So with this, I wanna give it back to you. I hope you all will have a great experience today, because I know the team and our employees, not only here in this building, but also in the other one, they really invested a lot of time to get this day prepared. I've seen that some of the areas or booths are really interesting to watch in detail. You probably will not have the chance to absorb everything in detail, but at the end of the day, take your time, have a look into some of the wonderful ideas and projects we are working on. And then tonight, let's cheer, with maybe one exception, the right team. Because you know, this time, like in Brazil, they have a special app we produced for the German Soccer Association to be successful. Funnily, and we just talked about this one, the app is for penalty shootouts. So I'm not questioning now that some of the performances we have seen in the last games, but it's all good. We have beaten Italy, which was the hardest thing for us to do. We are opening this wonderful space here today, and tonight my prediction is a 3-1 for Germany. Thank you very much.